Hello, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time you're watching this video. I'm back with a video now, and today's topic is about super trend trading method. So, let's get started. So, as the name says, we are going to use super trend indicator, and I will teach you how you're going to take an entry, exit, and your stop loss rules. So, without wasting much of the time, let's get started. So about the super trend is a trend following indicator just like any moving average and like an MACD. It is plotted on prices and their placement indicates the current trend of the market. So this is a beautiful tool which you can use to identify the trend of the market. You can use it on multiple time frames to arrive at a concrete trend which you have to always follow the bigger trend. And if you are a small if you want to do a small scalping, then you should look at the minor trend. And super trend has two key parameters which you need to enter. One is the ATR, number of days, average true range, and the multiplier which you're going to use. So I'll tell you which setting works for me best, which is 14 and 2. I use 14-day ATR and 2 as a multiplier. And I also use PSAR default to trail my stop losses. Okay, so let's get started with some examples on the chart so that I can explain you in detail. So I have Bank Nifty chart in front of me, and I have, as you can see, I have plotted 14 and 2 super trend on this. I'm using a Sharekhan terminal. If you have Sharekhan, you can get the similar feeling. Otherwise, whichever terminal you're using, you can have this super trend indicator. Let me just show you how to search it. So I'll go to study and I will find super trend, and here I will enter ATR 14 and multiply it 2 and apply. So this is how we put the super trend. Now as you can see, super trend gives you a trend. So this is a chart for 3 minutes chart on a daily time frame for 30 days. So let me start with 3 minutes, and let's look at the previous day, which is the 23rd of August. Okay, so what did the market do? The market opened below the super trend, so that means it has shown a downtrend. And if the candle is opening below the super trend and it's closing below the super trend, then it's a sure short entry. So here you're going to take an entry either on this candle finish or at the beginning of this candle. And where is your goal? And then your stop loss will be just above the high of the day. Okay, as you can see, the trend has not gone further. We have dropped a little bit. And if you're trailing a stop loss, and let me also put PSAR into this so that I can teach you trailing stop loss. It's a default value which I use. Okay, so now you have taken an entry here. So simple rules have to be followed, that whenever the candle closes below the super trend, you have to take a short entry, and whenever the candle closes above the super trend, you have to take a long entry. Okay, the rules are simple. So how do you identify the minor, medium term, and the major trend? So here, as you can see, on 3 minute time frame, if you have shorted, you wouldn't have made much of money here because the trend has changed here, and you have to take a long entry here, and then it would have given you a good return till here. And how do you trail? You always start with the stop loss here and trail it till here. Till the time your stop loss is not hit, you are not going to exit this trade, because this is a trend following system and you need to capture the complete move. Once your PSR is hit, you exit this trade and then wait for another entry. Okay, you wait for another entry here, and then take a short and follow the trailing stop loss. So this is in a sideways market, it will be very difficult to trade this model. I'm telling you very frankly, because in sideways the trend keeps changing multiple times. So how do we avoid this kind of confusion? So what we need to do is, before we actually trade on execution time frame, which can be 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you always look at the daily super trend. What is the daily super trend saying? If you look at Bank Nifty, daily super trend is showing a bearish trend. Okay, so it's a bearish trend. Market has been falling and still it is under the super trend, so it's still bearish. So daily time frame is bearish, and then now come to the medium time frame, which is your 15 minutes time frame, and look at the first 15 minutes of the market. What is it doing? So first 15 minutes were bearish, and the trend changed in the 15 minutes and it went bullish. Then you had your trailing stop loss on, and you were able to trail it till here. Okay, so this is one of the days when it has not much of a movement, but if you see other days, there will be days where you get really good returns when you're following a trend based system. So let's see how many times on a 15 minutes time frame super trend is crossed. Okay, let's go to another day. This is our second day. These lines you can see, these are day separators. The second day, 15 minutes, under 15 minutes it was opened. Market opened here, and then it has never crossed the super trend. Whole day it has been falling. So if you have placed the super trend and stop loss was above your super trend, then you could have made a lot of money. Even in this day, the trend was sideways for the moment and the trend was down in the second half. This day the trend was down for first half. First half down, second half again it was sideways. Then first half down, second half uptrend, full day. Here first 15 minutes, I would always suggest that leave the first 15 minutes trend and always catch the trend after 9:40. Even if you're able to catch it here, it would have been better for you. You can always exit at the peak. First 15 trend was down, then you could have entered here and then taken an entry till here. Here full day it went up, and then you exit the trade here. Here the trend was down and mostly sideways, and trend actually changed, give huge return after this. So these are the rules. If you're trading on a smaller time frame, that is if you're trading on a 3 minutes time frame or any time frame, you should always have your stop loss above this super trend. And if you see that once you have identified the trend has not moved further, like this candle has formed and then it started reversing, you should always try to look at the candlestick patterns. Like this is a reversal candlestick pattern, you should exit on this. Or maybe after seeing 3-4 candlestick patterns like this, you should exit and wait for a second entry. It's a very simple rule. You can use it on a higher time frame, like 30 minutes, to do swing trading, and you can use it on 1 hour time frame also to use swing trading. In 1 hour it will be very effective. Like the trend is down completely, the trend is up for like a lot of time. So it's a fairly simple strategy. You can add moving averages as well to this kind of setup. Okay, I hope it is very simple for you to understand how to trade. Your stop losses always have to be on the high of the day, high of the start of the trend. Here, the candle closed here, bullish trend, then you could have kept the stop loss here, or you can keep the stop loss here and then start trailing your stop loss along with the move. You should be able to capture this complete move. Only then, whatever small stop losses get triggered every time, like one candle or PSAR, or mostly like small stop losses get triggered on a daily basis. And then, if you are able to catch the complete move, then you will be able to gain much higher. So net your PNL will be in great profits by end of the week or end of the month if you follow the same strategy. My suggestion is that always find a system and follow the system religiously on a daily basis without much changes. And you should log every trade. Log in your entry, log in your stop loss, log in your exit, and see how it has worked. So that you can see, like here you have entered at 26760, here you have exited at 27011 or 26960. What is the kind of capture you are able to do in sideways market, how to avoid. All these things can be learned. In a sideways market, you have to be really quick. You have to, get in, get out very quickly, or try to do it on a bigger time frame, which is 15 minutes, so that your trend can be much stronger, or even 30 minutes chart. So there are certain rules which you need to follow. Okay. Rule number one, candle to close above the super trend for long entry. Never ever jump in quickly to take the trade before the actual candle is closed above the super trend. Similarly, the candle has to close below the super trend for short entry. Never enter before the candle close. That's a very important rule because most of the time it retraces till the super trend and comes back, and it doesn't close above the super trend, and it will fool you. Price action and candlestick patterns. Refer to my candlestick pattern video which I have shared earlier and understand the kind of patterns which you should monitor even with the super trend. So if a bottoming tail bar is forming below the super trend, you have to be careful and keep your stop loss just above that so that you don't make any huge losses. It's a very simple trading system, friends, and you can do this and try this on different stocks or commodities or even index. It works beautifully on index. I trade it on index, and there are different ways of using this. I use it with moving averages, and I also use this for option trading, and that's a separate topic which I'll take it up later. So this is about trading super trend. Let me know if you have any doubts or any comments on this video. I will be able to help you, and do subscribe to my channel and keep watching for regular updates, and I will try to cover simple topics every week with short videos so that you can easily understand and try. Thank you so much for watching.